Learning new information about the 20-year-old who attempted to assassinate then presidential candidate Donald Trump at a rally in Pennsylvania last year. Documents show Thomas Matthew Crooks ordered materials to make a bomb, but at the same time, emails show he was still working on applications to transfer out of community college.
A bombshell report from CBS News has reignited the nation's focus on the July 13th, 2024 assassination attempt on then-presidential candidate Donald Trump, revealing disturbing new details about 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks and his plan to unleash catastrophic destruction. The young gunman, who grazed Trump's ear and left one dead at a Pennsylvania rally, wasn't just armed with a rifle. He was allegedly ordering materials for a bomb capable of leveling a building. As CBS News peels back the layers, questions swirl about Crooks' intentions and the failures that let him slip through.
CBS News investigative reporter Graham Cates has the details. So, Graham, what do we know about efforts to produce a bomb? Do we know if he planned on using it?
We've known for a while that some improvised explosive devices were discovered while investigators were looking into the attempted assassination. But now we've seen that he ordered nitromethane, which is one of the materials that the FBI had identified as among his explosive materials, as early as January 2024. That's 6 months or so before the attack. And what we don't have yet is what his plans were exactly for the explosives. How long, even before that, maybe, that he had been working on the design of these.
According to a May 24th, 2025, CBS News report, Crooks ordered over 2 gallons of nitromethane, a highly explosive chemical from Hyperfuels, an online specialty fuel retailer, using an encrypted student email account. This wasn't a casual purchase. Nitromethane, paired with other materials like ammonium nitrate found in his possession, could have fueled a devastating explosion. While the exact purpose remains unclear, the FBI suggests Crooks saw the Trump rally as a target of opportunity, with the bomb potentially intended to amplify the attack's chaos, targeting crowds or infrastructure.
But it shows that, like you said, even as he was still being a student, still thinking about his future, he was ordering 2+ gallons of a material called nitromethane.
I mean, he was applying to an engineering program all while this was happening. What else do we learn about him and his mindset ahead of this?
Yeah, that's really the fascinating thing. There's sort of two divergent things happening in Thomas Matthew Crooks's life in early 2024. He's working really hard at school and on his applications to 4-year engineering programs. This was a kid who had gotten a 1530 on the SATs. He had told advisors he had attended community college to save money with the expectation of going on to a 4-year engineering program. He had made plans to proofread his personal statement for one of his applications with friends just days after he was ordering these explosive materials. And so there's one version of his life that goes on to a 4-year college and has a future. And then there's this entirely other version of his life that ends the way it did in this attack that he must have known would result in either prison or his own death.
The device is found in his car, wired to a remote detonator, but flawed in construction, never detonated, sparing Butler from a far greater tragedy. CBS News Dog reporting highlights Crooks' chilling duality, a healthcare aide plotting violence while applying to transfer from community college. Emails uncovered by CBS show him juggling mundane academic goals with searches for detonating cord, blasting caps, and how to make a bomb from fertilizer as early as 2019.
Did you learn anything else that gives you a better sense of potential motive?
You know, the motives are still hard to nail down. I think we really only scratched the surface. We got access to a lot of his emails sent from his community college server, as well as many of the essays that he submitted as a student. There are some hints of sort of a deep skepticism of the federal government and corporations and some of the responses that he gave in the class prompts. But there was also this deeply thoughtful student. Professors raved about this chessboard that he designed and 3D printed for the visually impaired, talking about how thoughtful the design was and how much work he was putting into his studies, helping other students. And so we really don't know what it was that triggered him to choose the path that ended with his death, as opposed to the other one that he was working so hard on.
This contrast paints a portrait of a calculated loner whose encrypted overseas accounts in Belgium and New Zealand hint at a deeper, undetected web. The July 13th attack unfolded with shocking precision. Crooks, who donated to a progressive cause, climbed onto a roof 400 feet from Trump's stage at the Butler Farm Show, using an air conditioning unit for access. Armed with an AR-15, he fired 8 shots, killing volunteer firefighter Corey Compertor and injuring 2 others before Secret Service snipers killed him. A drone he flew over the site hours earlier and explosives in his car underscored his meticulous planning. Yet, stunning security failures, as a House task force later found, allowed him to evade detection, sparking outrage and the resignation of Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle.
6'4". I go to Stanford University. I have a 10-inch penis, and
I brought up the fact that I'm Hispanic and I'm for Trump, and he said, "Well, you're Hispanic, so shouldn't you hate Trump?" And I was like, "No, he's great. I mean, like, he's a great president." And he called me stupid, or insinuated that I was stupid. He's like, "Well, that's kind of stupid." If he was a know-it-all. So, like, once again, if he was passionate about something, he would just talk, and acted like he knew everything, especially politics related. And he would say it in a tone that was like, "I'm better than you," in a type of way. And meanwhile, it's like, dude, we're in the same classes. You know what I mean? We're talking about the same stuff here. And whenever it comes to politics, I mean, at the end of the day, I can agree, you can agree, you can disagree, I can disagree. We're not even doing nothing about it. Like, at that point, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's, we're just starting to figure out who we like and all. But yeah, he was real smug, arrogant whenever he was talking. And whether that was his way to try to make friends or be funny, I don't know. But it got under my skin a lot.
I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays, so they're gonna see someone like that and they're gonna target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. Like, I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
Yeah. You said he was a loner?
Yeah. I want to say he was a loner more because he was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like, he was bullied so much.
This was high school.
Yeah.
What did they, do you remember at all what they said to him or called him?
No. He was just made fun of, I guess, for the way he dressed or his appearance.
Come in.
Sit down.
I don't know. 5036, go ahead. I need 5036, 5030. Start towards the farm show.
I fucking told them they need to post the guys fucking over here. I told them that the Secret Service. I told them that fucking Tuesday. I told them to post fucking guys over here.
I don't contact with the inside.
What? No, we're inside.
Alpha 1, Bravo 1. Hickey.
I told them to post fucking guys over here.
I wasn't even concerned about it because I thought someone was on the roof. I thought that's how how can you lose a guy walking back here?
They were on the roof. They were inside.
Why were we not in the building?
Because
you need to go somewhere over on the left side.
Because I thought we were going to post guys over here. I talked to the Secret Service guys. They're like, yeah, no problem. We're going to post guys over here.
Watch the large window beside me.
I bet you he climbed up here. I don't think so.
We're still securing inside. Anybody inside, we're still securing inside.
I told the Secret Service, post a fucking guy over here.
I
told him that fucking at the meeting on Tuesday.
What's that?
So I think this dude in red, whether he witnessed it, whether he whatever.
He was with him.
Was he with him?
I think that.
Okay.
security in the other buildings yet?
Not yet that I'm aware of.
Did we get, there was the second key card for this building should have been from, well, you might have some in your car. Should be some in the car. But the second key for this building was at the command post.